Winter has always been seen as a season of calm, where the snow hides the Earth's secrets and everything seems asleep. But what if I told you that beneath this tranquil surface, there are stories that defy logic and the sense of security? Situations that show cold is not just physical, but also emotional, leaving traces of mystery and danger you will never forget. In this space, you will uncover accounts that blend the ordinary with the inexplicable. From a childhood game that almost ended in tragedy to a discovery in a frozen lake that could completely change a city's perspective. These stories are not just entertainment. They are lessons about the unknown and how quickly the ordinary can transform into something extraordinary. If you've ever felt an unexpected chill on a winter's night, get ready. What comes next goes beyond what you can imagine. After all, snow hides more than footprints. It covers secrets waiting to be uncovered. Are you ready to explore the dark and fascinating side of this season? When you think of winter, you probably picture a calm, snow-covered landscape with children playing carefree. But for two brothers in Colorado, a simple game of hide-and-seek during a snowstorm turned into a nightmare. The seemingly empty neighbor's house had always been the perfect setting for their imagination, until a noise from upstairs revealed they were not alone. Instinctively, they decided to hide in the basement, unaware that they were putting themselves in a potentially dangerous situation. The scariest part was realizing that the strangers in the house didn't seem to be there by accident. Muffled voices and heavy footsteps echoed as the brothers struggled to stay calm. It's curious how in moments of fear, the mind works so quickly. They decided to send a message to their father on the phone, a move that proved to be crucial. Within minutes, their father arrived, and his intimidating presence managed to scare off the intruders. To this day, the details of who those people were or what they wanted remain a mystery. This episode changed how the family viewed their safety. Conversations about caution became more frequent, and the children learned the value of acting quickly in dangerous situations. It's curious how situations like this teach us the importance of being prepared, even for the unexpected. But if you think the story is intense, just wait until you hear about a group of friends who experienced something even more sinister on a remote mountain. Skiing in Vermont seemed like the perfect idea for a group of friends seeking fun and adrenaline. The snow-covered mountains offered stunning landscapes and challenging slopes. However, the light-hearted atmosphere began to shift when two mysterious women approached them at the lodge, suggesting they explore an isolated part of the mountain. Excited by the idea of an exclusive adventure, the group accepted the invitation, unaware of the danger that awaited them. As they skied down increasingly remote trails, something began to feel off. The women, always one step ahead, abruptly stopped at a deserted spot and offered drinks. From that moment on, everything became a blur. One by one, the friends began to pass out, victims of something hidden in the drinks. When they woke up, they realized their ski equipment and most valuable belongings were gone. It was clear they had fallen into a criminal scheme, and only then did the gravity of the situation sink in. The experience left deep scars on the group, not just because of the material loss, but because of the feeling of vulnerability and betrayal. They learned, in the hardest way, the importance of questioning the intentions of strangers, even in seemingly harmless situations. And it's curious how such moments make you reflect. What could have happened if they had resisted, or if no one had come to rescue them? But if you think this encounter was sinister, wait until you hear about a disturbing discovery in a frozen lake that challenged everything those involved believed to be possible. The tradition of walking across a frozen lake was almost a ritual for that group of friends. Always an opportunity to escape their problems and immerse themselves in the silence of nature. But that winter, what should have been a peaceful outing turned into something unsettling. In the middle of the lake, they spotted a man dressed in a bear costume, dragging a heavy bag that left deep marks on the ice. The man's behavior was disturbing. He avoided eye contact and quickened his pace whenever someone tried to get closer. The tension grew when the group decided to follow the man from a safe distance, curious to understand what was happening. The bag appeared to contain something large and heavy, but the mystery didn't last long. Before disappearing into the forest, he abandoned the object in a hurry, as if he were being chased. Driven by curiosity, the group opened the bag and found something they would never forget: torn and blood-stained clothes, along with personal belongings. The discovery left them frozen in place and unleashed a whirlwind of questions. Authorities were called, but to this day, the case remains without concrete answers. Some believe the man in the costume was connected to recent disappearances in the area. Others prefer not to speculate. The experience was a cruel reminder of how the inexplicable can cross our path without warning. For those friends, the walk on the lake stopped being a comforting ritual and became a haunting memory. What do these stories have in common? They show us that even in the most peaceful situations, the unexpected can arise and shake us to our core. Perhaps you never imagined that a childhood game or a snowy adventure could turn into something so impactful. But the truth is, the unknown is always around us, and it's up to us to decide how we'll react when it reveals itself. And have you ever stopped to think about how you would react in such situations? Would you be alert enough to notice the signs of danger? Or would you miss the chance to act? The reality is that every experience has something to teach us, and the lessons are always lurking, often disguised as ordinary moments. So, how about continuing to explore these intriguing stories and learning from them? Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for the most fascinating and chilling mysteries. After all, winter may be cold, but the stories it holds are spine-tingling. Are you ready to uncover more?